de vânătoare se îndreaptă spre avioane. Avioanele decolează spre a întâmpina inanicul.
Good evening. I've got an oldie but goldie in an aircraft that's been in my collection for a long time, but I see a replacement come up on eBay. And this is lovely Romanian Air Force BF109G by the old Witty Sky Guardians range. Now, I had this in my collection the very early days, but in the process of moving from my old house to my new house, I managed to detach the actual engine part, the engine cover bit, and I never ever found it. So it's been on display without an engine cover ever since. But I found this for like 12 quid on eBay, so I thought, do you know what? I might as well snap it up while I can. Great opportunity to do a review. So let's get her out of the box and have a little look. So this is one of two types of Gustav that's been modelled, to my knowledge, and that's the Witty Wings Sky Guardian, of course, the Corgi Gustav, which is miles ahead in terms of its tooling, the weight, and just the finesse on it as well. So as you can see, this is a standard style Witty box. There's no flap on it with any information on. All you've got on the side is some very basic specs of how big the actual aircraft was. There's no information on the back. The later style Witties, and it's very much a budget range aircraft, the later style Witties had some real detail inside, and also pictures of the remainder of the range that they did as well. But this isn't the case. So as you can see, really, really simple. For lumps like me, there should be a double-sided plastic inside. So I'll bring it out like that. Your standard style stand is there. And you literally just pop the four corners, the four circular bits, and the aircraft is revealed thus so. And of course, fixed undercarriage. So for numpties like me, no mucking around in terms of having to install undercarriage. You can see where the top part of it would have come out, which has the engine in. It's not actually detachable as such, but it can come out. There's an overall look at it. Let's get her down on her undercarriage and have a little look what she looks like. So as I said, the Witty Gustav, shape-wise, isn't a million miles off. It looks relatively decent. The issue would be the detailing on it. So as you can see, there's no real paneling as such. Bits where the flaps are perhaps, but the rest is pretty much a flat surface. One thing I would say is the modelling is probably better than the recent Corgi examples, which is mad in some respects. In terms of propeller spins nicely. The other thing as well, one thing I'd add is the actual weight of it. Although it looks relatively plasticky, it's actually quite weighty. It's not light by any shape or form, as he knocks the remainder of the box off onto the floor. Obviously wearing the Romanian serials there, because this aircraft served in Romania towards the end of 1944. But the detailing on it, again, there's no history on the aircraft, which I like to chat about. I mean, we could talk about the Romanian Air Force, but this particular aircraft, I have no idea who it belonged to, what was the historical significance of it. And I like that. I like the story about the pilot, a little bit of history around the airframe, if it's been engaged in serial dogfights. Doesn't say if it's been involved in any particular battles as such. Maybe it was involved in the Palestri raid, that famous raid from the B-24s that flew from the desert, and very few of them made it back home. I honestly don't know, so I'm not going to bother researching it. I just wanted to show you sort of an example of what a Witty looks like. And look, it moves around on its wheels. It moves nicely on its wheels. So I had obviously fixed undercarriage on the rear. Comes with the drop tank, and again, look, no detail in the gear doors whatsoever. Paint finish ain't bad. Let's not be too cruel to it. No real sort of stenciling on there as such, other than the top bit with the walkways. But look, it's okay. Look, if you want to, again, I found this for 12 quid, and that, a good Corgi Gustav goes for probably 4 or 5 times that. especially the more rare releases like the Marseille G, for example, that went for silly money. So this is a good budget way to get in if you love your Gustavs, and something a little bit weird and wonderful. They do a US version, they do an RAF version, and there's some really nice looking Gustavs in that range as well. So well worth adding to your collection if you can get them for the right price. Now, I wouldn't be going sort of 30, 40 quid on these, but if you can get them for 20 or there or thereabouts, bargain, a great little bargain. It's not one you put right at the front of the shelf, it's one you put in the back in the shadow slightly, but a great little shelf filler, and again something a little bit different to add to your collection. So look, I hope you enjoyed tonight's review. Very quick one by my standards. As always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. We appreciate all the love. And of course, lots of things going on lately with obviously Wings Monthlies coming down the line, and of course more and more model reviews and other bits and pieces. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you soon.